Good morning, students. The next basic accounting term that we have to do is assets of the business. Now, what are the assets? All the economic resources. Now, see, when you are doing business, you are in need of many things that help you in doing business. Take an example of a stationer who is running a stationery shop. Now, for selling stationery, he would be in use of furniture. Then he would use some electric equipments in his shop like an AC, a fan, or he may need a delivery boy, and for that delivery boy he might need a scooter or he need a car. So all these resources, or the land, the shop there where he is selling the product, all these economic resources that this person is using for doing his business, and these all these resources which can be expressed in monetary terms, these are all known as the assets of the business, as these helps you in running business. So all the resources that help a businessman running his business is known as are known as assets. Now assets can be divided into five different parts: tangible, intangible, current, non-current, and fictitious. Tangible are the things which can be touched, which can be seen, and that have physical existence. Now there are certain assets in business that can be seen, touched. Like for example, see here, goodwill, land. Land is one asset that can be touched, that can be seen. Factory of the proprietor, you can have vehicles can be touched. Then furniture can be touched. All the assets that a businessman is using and the assets which can be touched are known as tangible assets. But there are certain assets which cannot be touched, but they also help you in running business directly or indirectly. Like for example, goodwill. Now what is goodwill? Goodwill is the reputation that every business has. It has a brand. If a businessman has a brand name, say we talk about Skechers shoes, we talk about Reebok, McDonald's, all these are brand names. When we talk about eating joint, KFC comes to your mind, McDonald's come to your mind. When we talk about footwear, immediately Reebok, Skechers, these brand names come to your mind because they are supplying good qualitative product in the market. So this goodwill helps them in running profit. There are many other intangible assets. We will do them later on when we'll continue. So these intangible assets which cannot be touched, but yes, definitely they help you in earning more profit, they are known as intangible assets. Then are the current and non-current assets. Like we had current liability and non-current liability. On the reverse hand, we have assets and non-current assets. Current assets are those assets which can be converted into cash within a short period of time. Usually we take 1 year as a short period. So the assets that a businessman has which can be converted, like for example, when you are dealing now goods, you all know what goods are. So goods are the products that you are dealing in and the ordinary course of business which you intend to sell in the market. So you don't intend to keep your goods for a long time. So goods are your current asset because you'll be able to convert goods into cash within a short period of time. Then there are many, like bank balance will also be converted into cash. Whenever you will need funds, you will withdraw from bank. So these are all current assets. But those assets which are purchased by a businessman for a long-term use, like furniture, land, building, vehicles, these are long-term assets which you have an intention to keep for a long period of time, and year after year these assets are going to help a businessman. These are all non-current assets because these cannot be converted into cash within a period of 1 year. Then the fifth category is the fictitious. Now the word fictitious is something that you assume that it is there, but actually it is not there. So here we include all the assets which do not have a real value, nor they have any physical existence, nor they help you in running business or earning profit, but because of some legal grounds, it's like that they become your assets. Like for example, preliminary expenses. Now what are preliminary expenses? When you incorporate a company, before starting a company, there are certain expenses that a promoter has to do. This a promoter is the one who incorporates a company. So when a company is formed, all the expenses that you have done before incorporation, before the formation, these expenses are huge ones. If you will deduct all the expenses in 1 year, then there will be a huge loss in the first year the business is going to start. So what we do, we divide all the preliminary expenses in certain years, and we write them off, say in the period of 5 years. So if a company has spent 10 lakh as preliminary preliminary expenses, 10 lakh divided by 5, each year 2 lakh is going to be written off. So by a legal ground, though these preliminary expenses which are done are not going to help you in future in earning profit, but by nature they'll become your asset, because these are the expenses which have been debited. Later on, when we will study the rules and regulations, then you will come to know what and why they become your assets. So this topic is all about assets. So please note down and try to find out more examples of some tangible, intangible, current, non-current assets and fictitious assets, and write things in your notebook. Fine. Thank you.